You know what this is? This is what I use to shave my head and to groom my face. And believe it or not, I also used it on my balls. Yeah, Dom, you're gross. Yeah, I know, but I had no choice. I didn't know better. But I was introduced to the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Yeah, 4.0. They upgraded. The beauty about this, it was designed exactly for below the waist grooming. The ceramic blade here helps you not to cut yourself, and I'm telling you, it was the greatest experience I've ever had in terms of below the waist grooming in my entire 34 years that I've been alive. I'm one of the first persons to try the new Lawnmower 4.0, and I'm completely blown away by the performance. So join 2 million men all across the world who trust Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code Dominic Rich at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code Dominic Rich. Your balls would thank you. And so with that being said, let's talk about the match between the USA and Costa Rica. I do have notes for this one as well. I was watching 3 games at the same time, and I still managed to write notes down. Funny thing about this game is that I started watching this game maybe about 3 minutes late, and I thought I would have gotten it on my Paramount Plus on my devices, but I couldn't find it, so I had to go on the TV, watch it on cable. And I said to myself, what if I turn the TV on and the USA already conceded? And to my surprise, or maybe I wasn't surprised, that Kesha Fuller had already scored in the first minute of the game. This was the youngest ever 11 fielded by any manager for World Cup qualifiers in the U.S. history, where Greg Berhalter made 10 changes, including the goalkeeper from the loss against Panama. Some may say it was justified that he made so many changes, but I have to say, you're tinkering too much, Greg Berhalter. Way too much tinkering. Paul Arriola was injured out. Weah started, and maybe it's a good thing. I don't rate Arriola like that. Just got to put it that way. I actually thought he didn't have any goals for the U.S. national team, but he does have 8 in about 40 odd appearances. Was the 99 cap for Keylor Navas, who had to go off injured and didn't really work out for Costa Rica, because if they were to get any positive result, a draw that I predicted, a 1-1 draw, they needed their talismanic goalkeeper on the field, and he had to go off. Joel Campbell injured out of the game as well, and it was very, very difficult match for Costa Rica, especially after the U.S. took the game to them after conceding. So Kesha Fuller in the first minute, crossed by Matarrita, but you have to give credit here to Brian Ruiz. Brian Ruiz set up this goal big time. Zach Steffen ran out of his goal, headed the ball away over Sergino Dest's head. The ball was going out for a throw-in, but Brian Ruiz back heel to, I think that was Ronald Matarrita, who ran to the byline. Sergino Dest went off the field, and the cross came in, and some may say, oh, it was an offside, but it wasn't an offside. And a scrappy shot by Kesha Fuller went past Zach Steffen. I didn't really agree with Steffen's inclusion, to be honest, even though I'm a Man City fan and he's a Man City player. I thought that they should have went with Turner, seeing that he has started the last, I think, 11 competitive games, if I'm not mistaken. But he has been the goalkeeper of choice as of late, and it was a weird decision. And I was saying to myself, here we go again with the USA conceding first. Remember the last time they played Costa Rica back in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers, they lost the game. You see what I'm saying? So I thought that was going to happen all over again. But I have to give it to this very youthful American team here who fought back well and took the game to Costa Rica. And after they conceded, they controlled the game pretty much for the rest of the match. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Weston McKennie had a shot saved in the 14th minute, and then the chance came in the 25th minute that was taken. Brilliant build-up play to the goal. If you go back and you check the goal, brilliant build-up play as well. So, look, Weah with a switch over to Yunus Musa, And at that point, some may say maybe they were overplaying a bit, but Musa controlled well, passed to Dest, who were playing a very, very advanced role on the day. And he just took a few touches. Costa Rican defenders very, very standoffish. And from the right side of the box, he just hit it with his left. Pass Keylor Navas in goal to Keylor Navas's right, up in the top bins there. Brilliant goal. That was a spectacular goal, I have to say. And the U.S. were back in the game. And the U.S. really, really controlled the game after that. And I think Costa Rica sat back a little bit too much. Or maybe they had no choice, because when you really check the age of the Costa Rican players, where there were 6 players on the start in the starting 11, like 30 years and up, and there were 6 players in the U.S. team, 21 and under, you're going to get outran by the U.S. And they really, really took the game to Costa Rica and bossed the game. Very, very, very bossed the game, big time. There was a close chance there for Costa Rica in the 37th minute when Yunus Musa made a mistake, but Chris Richards went back and pulled off a brilliant tackle. I think he actually put himself in front of the ball, and basically he was in control, and that was not a penalty. Some may say it should have been given a penalty, but I don't think that was a penalty. No VAR to actually review that one. And I think the referee was in a very good position to see what happened as well. So, well defended by Chris Richards. One of the changes made from the Panama game. So, look, 1-1 at halftime. The USA dominating after conceding and then equalizing. And the big news came in after the halftime break that Keylor Navas had injured his abductor muscle, and Moreira had to be roped in. Moreira is not a bad keeper, but he comes nowhere close to Keylor Navas, in my opinion. And the USA were running riot at Costa Rica in the second half as well. But Costa Rica had a chance to go ahead. And this is where the age come into play. If you had a faster player, maybe a Joel Campbell, at the end of that opportunity where Miles Robinson's pass, his mistake, you could say, was snuffed out by Brian Ruiz, stolen by Ruiz, and he ran at Zach Steffen, he didn't have the legs. And that was actually so embarrassing to look at. I'm not even a Costa Rican fan, and I was embarrassed. I'm like, Brian Ruiz, how could you be so slow? You're running like you're about 50 years old, man. You're 36. Guys, I'm 34 years old, and I'm pretty sure I could run faster than that. I'm sure I could run faster than that. Of course I could run faster than that. But Brian Ruiz, who's never really been quick, he was caught, and it was dealt with. But you should have scored, or at least get a shot off to test Zach Steffen in goal. And I think that was an opportunity missed big time. The USA got their goal in the 66th minute. Weston McKennie with a crossfield ball, poorly defended by Kesha Fuller, who failed to intercept that ball. Weah got it, and he let it run, smashed it onto the post, off the post, onto Moreira, bounced in, spun into the back of the net, and the USA with the lead. Weah did get another shot saved by goalkeeper Moreira, and there was a potential foul on Pepe as well, I think for a penalty, and it was a given. Subs were made for the USA to actually manage the game, and Costa Rica also went on to make some substitutions as well. But when you look at the players that they were bringing on, let's take a look at the lineup really quick, and just to get the names right. Alvaro Saborio, retired 4 years ago. The man is 39 years old, and he was brought into this game to play. Randall Leal was brought on, Kendall Waston, and Christian Bolaños, another veteran. You see what I'm saying? So the Costa Rican team, I think, where they lost this game is because of old age. To be completely honest, it sounds funny, but it's actually true. They lost this game because the USA just had more in their legs. Costa Rica just couldn't run for 90 minutes. If they had gotten the goals like they had against El Salvador, maybe they stood a chance. And if they had Keylor Navas in goal, maybe they stood a chance. But without Navas and Joel Campbell, this team just, looks very, very, very slow and just lethargic, in my opinion. It's not easy to run for 90 minutes. Just want to put it out there. It's not. I remember playing like a couple minutes of basketball on the court, and I was winded within like 20 minutes time. So running for 90 minutes, you could just imagine how these older guys must feel. So look, man, I have to say that Costa Rica needs to trust their youth a little bit more. You see what I mean? And stop calling up all these veterans. Or what you could do is have a healthy mixture of both. But I have to give it to the USA here. 2-1 win at home, commanding win, statement win to go, to stay second in the table, bounce back after the Panama horror show, where I don't know what happened in Panama there, but it wasn't to be repeated again. And Greg Berhalter, I think he's still tinkering too much. You're making 8 changes for this game, 10 changes for this game. But look, I know the USA has the depth and all, but come on, man. You ain't got to be flexing like that. Sometimes when you flex, it becomes your downfall. And Greg Berhalter has to be careful here, dropping points left, right, and center. Because if you check the thing, they have dropped points in 3 out of 6 games already, and that's not acceptable. I know they're second in the table behind Mexico, and they were top. Still, it's unacceptable. Got to be more consistent than that, man. It's 6s and 7s with Greg Berhalter. Stats for the game, the USA dominant with 12 shots at goal, 5 on target, 64% of the ball. Costa Rica, 4 shots at goal, 3 on target, 36% of the ball. Weren't good enough, in my opinion. Weren't good enough. The USA, the next games, man. Next games. Mexico, Cincinnati, Ohio. Big game, November 12th. This is a huge game. It will be a bit cold, so the advantage would be there for the USA. I don't know how cold it's going to be. Sometimes in November, it's not that cold, Maybe in Canada. And then they go to the Caribbean in the hot Jamaican sunshine to see if they could pick up 3 points. Look, the USA may just get 1 point or 2 points in November if you really look at the schedule there. But Greg Berhalter, he would want to defy the odds, continue to, dominate Mexico in 2021, and up in Jamaica to get all 6 points as well. For Costa Rica, nursing home of Costa Rica. They play Canada next. That's not going to be good. The game against Honduras, I think, they'll compete here. Those two teams have not been playing well at all.